Assalamu alaikum class. Today I am going to start our new topic, that is evaluation of the crude crop. As you know, the evaluation of the crude crop means the identification of the crude crop, determination of the quality of the crude crop, as well as determination of the purity of the crude crop. Identification of the crude crop means to identify the crude crop, like what is the source of the crude crop. Either the crude crop is from animal source or from plant source or from marine sources or from microbial sources. First we identify the crude drug, that is the source of the crude drug. Then we check the quality of the drug. The quality of the crude drug means to know about which type of the secondary metabolites are found in a crude drug. The drug containing like carbohydrate, protein. These are the primary metabolites, and the secondary metabolites like alkaloid, like resins, volatile oil, fixed oil, glycoside, gums, mucilage, etc. The quality means the nature of the phytoconstituent, as well as to know the purity of the crude drug. The purity of the crude drug means to check the what types of the some adulterants are found in a drug. The drug contains some irrelevant material like some sand or dust particle. The evaluation of the crude drug means to check the identification, to know about the identification, to know about the determination of the quality of the drug, as well as the purity of the crude drug. What are the importance of the evaluation of the crude drug? Evaluation of crude drug is necessary because it helps to know about the biochemical variation in the crude drug, and we know the deterioration due to treatment and the storage. As you know, in processing of the crude drug, the transportation and storage, drug can be deteriorate. Same as it is in the substitution and adulteration. And this substitution and adulteration due to the carelessness and ignorance, and some by intentionally or some by unintentionally. So the evaluation of crude drug, we know this as well as the quality, purity, and biochemical changes in the crude drug and deterioration. So therefore, evaluation of crude drug is necessary. There are different methods for the evaluation of the crude drug, and it can be classified as like organoleptic evaluation of crude drug, microscopic evaluation, and this organoleptic evaluation is also called morphological evaluation or botanical evaluation. And then microscopic evaluation, biological evaluation, chemical evaluation, and physical evaluation. And today I am going to start the first evaluation method, that is organoleptic evaluation. As you know, the organoleptic evaluation of crude drug means the study of the drug with the help of the organ of sense like touch, taste, observation, external marking, and its fracture. It includes any drug macroscopic or morphological or external appearance like texture, odor, color, taste, and sound of its fracture. It also includes the study of the morphology and other sensory characters. And this organoleptic evaluation provides very simplest and quickest method to establish the identity and purity of the crude drug. Therefore, the quality of the crude drug can be maintained. There are the certain features which is required for the evaluation of the organoleptic evaluation of the crude drug, and it can be divided into several headings like shape of the crude drug, size, color, external marking, texture, fracture, odor, and taste. First we discuss the shape of the crude drug. As you know, the shape of the crude drug can be varied. Some crude drugs are cylindrical in shape, for example is licorice, and some are in subcylindrical or nearly cylindrical. The example is podophyllum crude drug. And in conical shape we have aconite and ovoid egg shape, as you know. The example is jalap and almond. And a disc shape example is nux vomica, and some other example you can also add it like castor bean, the example shape is bug shape, and nigella sativa black seed, the shape is cuneate shape. The shape of the drug can be varied. It depends upon the part of the plant or source of the crude drug. These are the some pictures, and you can see these are the licorice, which is also cylindrical in shape, and the podophyllum. This is the podophyllum. It is a very toxic in nature and it is used as an anti-cancer, and it is sub-cylindrical in shape. And some other shapes like aconite, these are also known as sweet poison, and its shape is conical. Now you can see it is a cone in shape. And the ovite is a very circular in shape, oblong. It's also called oblong. The example is cactus. Now the another heading which is required for the organoleptic evaluation of the crude drug is the size. As you know, size of the crude drug can be vary and is usually measured in centimeter and millimeter, and the size of the crude drug vary because of their length and diameter, and width is different, and is usually measured in centimeter as well as in millimeter. Then the external color. The external colors also varies from white through yellowish gray, yellowish brown, reddish orange, brownish black, and some drugs are green in color when dry under shade, but when dry in the sunlight, then it become pale and bleach out. And color of the crude drug also depend upon the source of the drug, nature of the plant, nature of the drug, as well as the plant part. For example, if the drug containing bark, the external color of bark on both outer as well as the inner surface, it usually varies from brownish gray to brownish black. As you know, bark are the trunk of the plant, and the inner surface of the bark is usually lighter in color than the outer surface and is almost white. Same as it is if drug is a food or seed containing, the color usually varies. Some foods are yellow in color and some seeds are brown in color. Some seeds are black in color, like Nigella sativa black seed. It is a black in color, and the food are which orange in color. Example is orange, mango is yellow in color. It depends upon the nature of this drug and as well as the part of the plant. These are some examples. As you know, these are the terminal tubula. It is in a very fresh form. It is green in color, but after dry, and it is dark brown in its color. And its shape you can see is oblong shape, and here the shape is in fresh form, just like in oblong we can say, and also we can say it's a pear shape. So the shape, size, color depend upon the source as well as the nature of the drug. Either the drug is a fresh or either the drug is in a dry form. Now the external marking. External marking means the visual appearance of the crude drug. A visual examination. It can be classified the furrows, as you know, the alternate ridges due to shrinkage of the internal parts caused by drying. Now you can see these are the ridges are present. These are the alternate shrinkage is present. This is called ridges. And then wrinkles, the fine or delicate furrows, and nodules. Sometimes nodules in outer growth is present on the surface, and sometimes scar is present due to injury or cut. We can say these are some nodules present at the top of the drug, and these are the furrows, and these are the ridges, and some you can say the wrinkles are also present, and the surface is very tough. Now you can see. So these are the included in the external marking of the crude drug. What is the visual appearance of the crude drug? Both the dry and as well as in fresh form, the appearance is entirely different, and we mark the drug according to the nature of the crude drug. These crude drugs also classify for external marking into following groups like fruit, seed, bark, underground structure, leaves, and flower. And this example is the fruit drug, and we can easily mark. So external marking also depend upon the plant part and nature, either the fresh drug or either the dry drug. Like some fruits, some fruits are in a very fresh form. These are in a dry form, and the shape of this is the almond. And you can see it is in a oblong in shape or egg shape, ovide in shape, and this is an amla, which is very round in color. We can say it is in a globular in shape, and it is the external marking is very glossy, texture is very smooth and shiny, and centrally upper side a groove is present, and here the tip is very pointed, base is broad, and some wrinkles are also present. So these are the some external marking of the food truck. Now the seed, the example is the nux vomica. As you know, the nux vomica, the shape is the disc shape, and the seed is very hard, and centrally groove is present, and very numerous hairs are present which is very compressed. So these are the external marking of the nux vomica. And this seed is the linseed, which is also known as alsica beach or flax seed. You can see just like a melon seed, but its color is very dark brown in color, and the tip is also very pointed, and base is somewhat broad and very glossy, very shiny, very smooth surface. These are the external marking of the seed drug. Now the bark containing drug, the bark is usually collected from the trunk or branches of the trees as a narrow strip, and these are the different shapes of the bark. As you know, these are the drug is very flat, these are the flat shape, and this slightly curved is called curved shape bark, and when it's slightly turned is called channel shape. Every turned in a single coil, this is called single coil. This is a double coil turned on both sides, and is it turned on one side just like a ring form, it is called compound kit. And this shape is usually due to drying of the drug. It undergoes unequal contraction, therefore it assumes in a different shape. And this is the example of the cinnamon and cinchona. The cinnamon is, as you know, is a compound coil form. It's in a dry form, and the cinchona, it is in a very flat form, and it is a curved form. So, now the another root drug which is underground structure, for example roots, rhizomes, bulbs, and corm and tubers. As you know, these are the underground part of the plant, and these are the solid part of the plant due to food storage. It contains carbohydrates, some other material. The example is ginger and turmeric, and we can measure their shape, size, color, surface marking and external marking. And you know, the rhizomes have scales. These are the examples of the rhizomes. It is the ginger and it is the turmeric. As you know, the ginger is the outer surface, the scales is present, horizontal lines are present, a bird is present. These are the external marking. And then the other is the turmeric. Now you can see there is a yellowish color, very sharp yellow color, and outer surface is scaly. The bird is also present, horizontal ring is present. So this, it is a external marking, right? So here color is a very pale or light brown in color. Our hair color is also light brown color. Internal color is very sharp yellow in color. So it is the marking of the underground storage organ, root and rhizomes. Now the another plant part, like leaves, for leaves we mark the shape of the leaves, margin, that is the outside covering, this is called margin of the crude drug. And then base, what is the base of the leaf, apex, that is the pointed side of the leaf, which types of the venations are present, parallel venations or pinnate venations or reticulate venations, right? The shape of the leaf can also be obovate, lanceolate, spatulate, etc. These are the shapes of the leaves. And margin can be entire. If it is a very smooth margin, smooth line, it is called entire margin. If some like the too thick line, it's called dentate margin, right? So leaves, we depend upon the, for the leaves marking, we should mark the base, apex, margin, as well as the venation of the leaves for the external color. For the external marking, and also marking the color of the leaves. Either the color leaves is a dark green in color or is a pale green in color. Fresh leaves are usually green in color, or dry leaves are usually pale green in color. For flowers, as you know, the flowers are the reproductive part of the plant. It also possesses different shapes, size and color. It is example of the saffron. It is a saffron flower, as you know. Now you can see it is a light purple in color, right? And this saffron flower is usually used as a coloring agent as well as a flavoring agent. Now the texture, as I told you earlier, texture is the outer surface. Either the surface is uniform or uneven, even or dry. So we mark the drug. Some drugs are glossy, some drugs are very smooth, or some drugs are very resinous or gummy in nature. The textures also depend upon the nature of the drug as well as the part of the plant. Now the fracture. Fracture, that is we break the drug. And the fracture, there are the different types of fracture, like complete fracture, incomplete, and short fracture. The complete fracture, the drug breaks completely when pressure is applied. It breaks in two equal parts. And the incomplete, the drug does not break completely when fracture is applied. It can be some fibrous or some powder or some granular like. And the short fracture, the drug breaks with a snap sound, and when pressure is applied, it's called short fracture. And fracture can be very hard and tough if the drug is very compact surface, and fracture can be powder if the drugs are very fibrous in nature. It is in a powdery surface. For example, the powder drug is some dry from some leaves, some dry leaves. If you fracture the drug or break the drug, then it can be in powdery. Then the odor of the crude drug. The odor of the crude drug can be distinct or indistinct. Distinct odor, those odor which can be easily identified, very sharp aroma like camphor, like mentha, and like clove. And some indistinct odors which depend upon the amount of the volatile oil or some other constituent. And odor can be different types, like aromatic odor, very sharp odor, alicious, that's like a garlic odor, camphoraceous, also very sharp odor, spicy odor, some odor are very pungent odor, some odor are very pleasant, sweet, some are very bad odor which is called rancid odor. And then taste. Taste can also very different types, like some odor are very, some tastes are very bitter in, some drugs are very bitter in taste or alkaline in taste, for example Nux vomica. Some are very sweet in taste, example is licorice, honey. And some are acidic and sour, example is lemon, orange, grapefruit, etc. And some are very salty or saline in nature, example is tabashir and alum. And pungent, very sharp, irritating, the example is taste is ginger, capsicum, cinnamon. And some drugs are tasteless and which is called insipid. And usually the crude drugs should be avoided during as tasted, because some drug can be poisonous and it may cause allergic reaction. So it should be taken in very minute quantity. That's all for today. If you have any query, then you can ask. Thank you, class.